Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, I am going to teach you how to crochet this Cupcake Applique. Now this applique will be working in three parts. First we'll be working with the bottom portion of the cake applique. Then we'll be making this cake part, and finally we'll be working with the cherry portion. So let's see how this is worked out. For this, the materials that we need are, these are the three colored yarns that I'll be using to make the cake applique. A 3.5 mm crochet hook, scissors and a tapestry needle. So let's begin. To make the cup portion of our cupcake applique, I'll be using this brown colored yarn. Make a slip knot. Work 9 chains. Now skip the first chain from the hook and work one single crochet into the next. Now the first round would be the round of single crochets. So going through each of the chains, we'll be working one single crochet. So just continue with the sequence of working one single crochet per chain till the end of the row. Here the round 1 is done, and by the end of the first round, the number of single crochets that I have are 8. Now for the second round, work one chain and turn your work. Now going to the first single crochet work 2 single crochets all into the same stitch. Now moving to the next stitches, work one single crochet per stitch. Here I am left with the last single crochet. Now going to the last stitch, again work and increase, that is 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So for the second round, I worked increases into the first and the last single crochets, and into each of the stitches in the center portion, I worked one single crochet per stitch. So the number of single crochets that I have by the end of the second round is 10. Now work one chain and turn your work, and for the third round again you will be working one single crochet per stitch. So in this round we won't be working any increases. So going through each of the stitches, work one single crochet. So here I have done with the third round, and since we did not work any increases for the third round, the number of single crochets remains the same, that is 10. Now from here on, it is a repeat sequence, that is we'll be repeating round 2 and round 3 alternately, and in round 2 we'll be working increases into the first as well as the last single crochets, and into the middle single crochets we'll be working one single crochet each. Whereas the third round is a round of single crochets without any increases. That is, we will be working one single crochets into each of the stitches. So you just repeat the two rounds, round 2 and round 3 alternately till you reach round 8. So once I'm done with my 8th round, I shall get back. Now here, as you can see, I have worked till 8th row by repeating row 2 and row 3 alternately, and the 8th row was a row of increases where I have worked 2 single crochets into the first stitch and 2 single crochets into the last stitch, and in between stitches I have worked 1 single crochet each. So by end of the 8th row, the total number of single crochets that I have are 16. Now before working the 9th row is a row of shell stitches. So before working that, we'll be giving a nice edging to this portion. So for that, work one chain, and working sideways into each of the rows we'll be working one single crochet. Since we have done 8 rows, so working in this manner, we'll be making 8 single crochets. Into the corner stitch, work 3 single crochets. Moving to the base, we'll be working 1 single crochet into each of the stitches. Into the next corner, again work 3 single crochets. Moving to this side, make 8 single crochets. That is 1 single crochet per row. So in this way we have provided a nice edging. Now we'll be working with the 9th row of shell stitches. For that, work 1 chain, skip the first 2 stitches and into the 3rd stitch work a shell of 4 double crochets. So going to the 3rd stitch, work 4 double crochets into the same stitch. So I have done the 4 double crochets. Now again skip next 2 stitches and moving to the 3rd stitch, work 1 slip stitch. Skip the next stitch and into the next work a shell of 5 double crochets. Now skip the next stitch and into the next work 1 slip stitch. Now we'll be skipping the next 2 stitches and into the 3rd stitch work a shell of 4 double crochets. Now skip the next 2 stitches and into the last stitch work a slip stitch. So after working the 3 shells in the particular sequence which I have mentioned, I have slip stitched into the last single crochet worked, and now I will be cutting the yarn. Just leave a long tail so that it can be used to sew your applique to any of your crochet work. So that completes our cup part. Now I will be working with the cake portion. For that I will be using this green colored yarn. Now work a magic circle. And into the magic circle work 5 half double crochets. Now after working the 5 half double crochets, I pull the tail of the magic circle. You need not slip stitches as we'll be working a semicircle for the cake part. Now for the second round, work 1 chain and turn your work. And the sequence of this round is to work 2 half double crochet per stitch. So going to the first stitch, work 2 half double crochet. Again moving to the next, work 2 half double crochet. So just continue with this sequence till the end of the round. Here the second round is done and the sequence that I follow for the second round is 2 half double crochet per stitch. So the number of half double crochets that I have are 10. Now for the third round, work 1 chain and turn your work, and the sequence is to work 1 half double crochet into the first stitch followed by 2 half double crochet into the next. Into the next stitch again work 1 half double crochet followed by 2 into the next. So just continue with the sequence till the end of the round. Now by the end of the third round, the number of half double crochets that we have are 15. For the fourth round, work 1 chain and turn your work, and the sequence of this round is to work 1 half double crochet into the first 2 stitches followed by 2 half double crochet into the third stitch. Continue with this sequence till the end of the round. By the end of the fourth round, the total number of half double crochets that we have are 20. Now we'll be working the fifth and the final round, and in this round we won't be working any increases. Work 1 chain and turn your work, and the sequence is to work 1 half double crochet per stitch. So by end of the 5th round, the number of half double crochet will remain the same, that is 20. So just continue like this till the end of the round. So after working the last row, that is the 5th row, I have slip stitched on top of the first half double crochet worked and cut my yarn. So that completes the cake portion. Now we'll be working with the cherry part. For that I'll be using this red colored yarn. Make a magic circle. And into this magic circle, work 6 half double crochets. So once the 6 half double crochets are done, just pull the tail of the magic circle, close it and slip stitch on top of the first half double crochet work. And cut the yarn. So our cherry is done. Now we'll sew this cherry on top of this cake portion. So just keeping it in this way. So here I've sewed the cherry to our cake part. Now we'll be just assembling this cup portion and the cake portion together and sewing it along this row, that is the row of shell stitches. So placing the cake part under the cup part that we have done, just sew it along this row. So once you have sewed it, go on the back part and tie knots. So that finishes our cupcake applique. I hope you found this tutorial really very useful as well as interesting too. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.